Hey guys, it's Julie. Sorry it's been so long since my last vlog. Just not, well, I won't say nothing's been going on because there has been things going on, but a lot of it's been work related and I can't really talk about it. So, let's just say I'm really, really excited because, my parents are leaving tomorrow. To go down to Florida. Like, my sister went down, earlier this month, or last month rather, to Florida to kind of explore down there and check out some things. And now it's my folks' turn, so they're gonna go down there and do some exploring, look at some houses, that kind of stuff. And so when they get back, hopefully we'll know for sure whether or not we're really going to make the move down there and check it all out. So hopefully things will get, hopefully things will be able to progress in one way or another. Because either way, we're planning on moving out of the house where we are now. Whether or not we move to another place in Urbandale, or whether we move, like I said, down to Florida or whatever. So, and I pretty much decided. I think if we all move down there, I'll most likely move with them, just because I don't think I can get a full-time job, at least not working in retail, because there's just, and that's kind of where I'm feeling a little bit discouraged. It's just the fact that, that's all I've done for like the past 5 to 6 years, and, so, and I like working in retail. I like working with people, and I like being able to talk to people and be able to help them on a daily basis. But with the way my current job is, I'm not allowed to do that. I'm not allowed to actually help people like I would want to, and so, and tonight it was just, I wish I could tell you guys. I wish I could just spill my heart out and be like, this is, this is exactly what's going on. But, I can't do that yet. So hopefully, well, not hopefully, once I find out for sure that we're going down to Florida, down to Florida, and or whatever we're doing, that once I know for sure, I'm gonna start looking for another job, whether that's in Florida or whether that's somewhere else here. I just don't like working at Best Buy anymore. I just don't. It's just, basically the only reason why I'm working there is because I get a discount and I can buy stuff like this, which is really cool because I didn't get to see, I actually had to work the night that this aired, and so that was like, so I saw it. Well, and here's the thing, usually the new releases are back toward the back of the store and kind of in the middle. They moved the new releases up front for some odd reason. And so I got this. Well, and it was funny because it was one of those nights I was just getting frustrated and couldn't do anything about it. And so, as soon as I had a chance, and as soon as it calmed down enough and there weren't as many customers in the store, I ran this over to the register and I said, "Ring me up, ring me up." So, awesome. So I'm putting that with the others up here. I've got the Day of the Doctor, and I've got the Snowman, which is not the last Christmas special, but the Christmas special before that. Like the second time Eleven meets Clara, so that's really kind of cool. So we've got that. So anyway, but I'm really excited because not only are we going to, hopefully know for sure by the time Mom and Dad get back, but tomorrow I'm gonna have Sunday through Friday. I had the house myself, so which is and it's funny because it's like I do enjoy living with other people. For the most part, and I do enjoy being able to help out. Being able to help out with my niece and being able to jump in and do stuff like empty the dishwasher, run up and get the mail, that kind of thing. That's not such, I enjoy that. I enjoy knowing that there's people here. Matter of fact, it'll be really weird tomorrow night when I get ready to go to sleep because I'll be alone in the house and I have nights that I'm already creeped out enough. And of course, it doesn't help that I like to watch, videos about Slenderman and all that. It's just kind of weird. A little tangent here, but I mean, it's like after me, it's like, even though nothing's gone on for like a long time with Slenderman, haven't seen him, haven't had any signs of, but it's interesting because it's like I find myself attracted to those kinds of videos like online and stuff. And, watching like what other people are going through with it and stuff. What I can't figure out is why. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why the police, it's like there seems to be, like people who are having these issues, like the police can't either don't want to do anything or they can't do anything or they don't see, So I don't know. I mean, that's kind of curious, Just gotta wonder about that. Well, and I know there's a couple of different people out there, groups out there, who apparently are not only being stalked by Slenderman, but they have like groups like this one Dark Harvest where apparently there's a cult of people who worship Slenderman, and they for some reason are trying to go after these guys, and so I mean it's just really interesting, just really serious stuff, and and it's like I want to reach out to them, but at the same time it's almost like I don't know if that would help at all because of the fact that other than earlier, I mean recently there haven't been any sightings, I haven't experienced anything really bad other than, was it last week or the week before? I got this really bad stomach flu, and it was like I mean, I was in my bed and got up in the middle of the night, and I spent almost the entire night just throwing up, just boof, and just nasty, and end up having to call in sick for work because there's no way I was gonna be able to function, you know. And so, I mean, I don't know if that had something to do with it. Like, I know that some people in these vlogs that do these vlogs, like, they have these issues, like they have these actual medical issues, like they feel sick, or they get nosebleeds, or they or they kind of lose control of themselves or whatever. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully mine was just the flu, was just the fact that I was having, hopefully it was just some bug in my system that got me, that grabbed hold of me for a bit. So, but I'm feeling a lot better. And, so, other than, other than that, I don't know. I wish I could talk to you guys about what's really bugging me, but not allowed to. So, but I promise you guys, the minute I can walk out that door at Best Buy and be like, see ya, don't want to be ya, I'll come home and tell you guys what's up, because, I mean, what are they gonna do, fire me? No. And I mean, yeah, I know that other companies can look online and find stuff, and so, I don't know. But at the same time, it's like some of the stuff that's going on is just not good. So I'm kind of thinking, I mean, I already have an idea of what I'm gonna do once, I turn in my notice or whatever. But, and I can't say anything because I don't want to get in trouble beforehand. But hopefully there will be an investigation into these problems, and hopefully things will change, because I don't, there are people who I like at that store, and I don't want them to be, left behind and be miserable because of, what certain people are trying to decide to do. So anyway, let's get off that topic for right now before I end up revealing more than I want to at this present time, or more than I should at this present time. So, but yes, I bought the Timeless Doctor. So looking forward to watching that. Oh, the other interesting thing that I found kind of weird and interesting is one of the YouTubers that I watch, Toby Turner, otherwise known as Tobuscus, apparently well, it was weird because I love watching. I mean, he's got like the gaming channel. He's got like a gaming channel where he does, let's plays games and stuff. And so I saw that he had like a couple up, so I clicked on one and was watching it, and then went down to read the comments, and the comments are full of rest in peace, and it's so sad that he died, and I'm like, and I was reading, trying to figure out where this came from, and the only thing I could find was somebody said that over at IGN, which apparently is some kind of gaming website, that they had something on there about him dying. And so I went over there to the website and I checked the YouTube, and I didn't see anything there. And so, and I mean, it's worrying. It's kind of like, 'cause this guy is, I mean, he is hyper, he is a lot of fun. He's one of those people that I always wanted to be, the kind of person who just can make friends just by going up to him, and he acts goofy and stuff, but it just seems like everybody loves him, and it's just an awesome guy. And it's pretty cool how he reacts to like videos and stuff like that. And so before I left for work, I was trying to figure out, I was looking on Google, I was looking on all this other stuff, and it was just like trying to see if anybody had anything, see if there was any actual news about it. Couldn't find anything. And so I left for work, and, work was, ugh. But, anyway, so I came home. Well, I grabbed a bite to eat because I was starved, because they don't get breaks, because they only work me enough hours so that, I would only get 15. And in my opinion, it's ridiculous to go all the way to the back of the store, sit down for 15 freaking minutes. That's not even enough time to eat properly, in my opinion. And then go back, and then go back out on the floor for another 4 hours or whatever. So anyway, so I grabbed Bite, which, by the way, as Toby would say, sponsor, but, went to Wendy's because they're right on the route that I take to go home, and they're number one, they're right on the route to route I take to go home. Number two, they're cheap, they're decently priced food, and number three, they're open late. It's like most places, because usually when I get out of work, when I work a night shift, it's usually anywhere from between 9:20 to even close to 10 o'clock. And so I'm to the point, it's like, I was starved, but I always hate going to fast food restaurants, especially if they say they close at like 10 o'clock or whatever. I always feel bad about going to, places like that and making them dirty up all their stuff before, right before they close. So, it's nice that there are a couple places that are open, the drive-thru's open a little bit later. So, and Wendy's is one of those places. And plus, they have really decent food for, the food, and relatively inexpensive. So, and anyway, they have this Baconator, which is kind of like their triple decker, but it's got like bacon on it. And then they have the Son of the Baconator, which is 2 patties and then bacon on top of that, and cheese, and it's so good. And my mouth's watering just thinking about it. So I got one of those and fries, and I always get the combo because I mean it's just easier. I mean I remember I used to try to eat more healthy by just getting the burger or whatever, but it always is burger and a drink. But you know, they'd always be like, "Well, don't you want the fry? You get the combo." And so, you know, anymore I'm just like, you know, when I do eat fast food, it's like I'll just get the whole combo because you know. So anyway, so that's the so I got that, you know, uh, pulled in to where I usually park my car and grab, you know, sat there, ate my food and everything. And then I came inside and came down here, got ready for bed and stuff. And then I popped online and there was nothing. And I was, you know, since I was flipping through and I went to because he's got, like I said, he's got like 3 different channels, I think. But he's got the Toby Turner channel, which is like his daily vlogs, that kind of thing. And then he's got the gameplay channel, and then he's got another channel for something. Anyway, so I went to the Toby Turner channel. First thing I see is this big square, this icon that says R.I.P. Toby Turner. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's true. He's dead. And I click on it. And in typical Toby Turner fashion, this guy is like, he's lying on the ground outside, and he's letting somebody pour fertilizer over it. And he's like, I'm gonna just staging my resurrection. And he was explaining that apparently this whole thing started on 4chan, and that people were saying that he died in a car accident or something. And so I'm just, you know, and he gets covered with the fertilizer, and then he pretends to be like, you know, come back up, rise from the dead, and all that. And it just is typical, you know, funny fashion. But I think he was kind of poking a little bit of fun too, because I mean, almost everybody in the comments were like, oh, Toby, you know, they were either like, oh, Toby's dead, R.I.P., blah, 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 he was so young. And there were people who were like me, even though I didn't post a comment, but there were people who were thinking the same way I did, and they were like, well, wait a minute, you know, there's been no announcement, there's been no, you know, you would think, especially all the friends that this guy has, and the fact that, I mean, his mom didn't, you know, and it's like, you would think that somebody who's part of his group of friends or somebody who's part of his network would post something, that there would be something somewhere that would say, you know, we appreciate your support, you know, just please give us time to grieve, and we'll, you know, and that kind of thing. But I mean, it was like, and the weird thing was that, like I said, I mean, when I popped onto YouTube earlier today, it was like there were 2 or 3 videos of like different kinds of gameplay and stuff. And there was like a gameplay video that had been just posted an hour ago. And some people are even saying, well, you know, he had somebody, like they knew. He said, well, he had somebody, you know, somebody else upload, you know, promise to upload the videos for it. It's like, how do you know this, number one? You know, because it wasn't anybody, as far as I know, it wasn't anybody who was part of, you know, his crew or anything, or his family. And it's like, how do you know this? How do you know that this is what's happened? And Well, and the other weird thing was that with this guy, he, a while ago, like a couple months ago, he posted a video and warned everybody about the fact that somebody was going along and calling himself Toby Turner and was trying to raise money for something, and it was basically a scam. And so he was like, don't click on this video, don't, if something comes up and says this, I'd have no part of it. So it's been really kind of a weird day. It's been just really kind of a very odd. And so, I mean, I'm just glad he's alive. I'm just glad that, it ended up being a false rumor. But I mean, you have to think, what kind of people make up rumors like that? I mean, really, I see weird stuff in my job. I see people acting in really weird ways, but I mean, that takes the freaking cake, because it's just like, really, you know? Anyway, so I don't know. I really don't know. But, anyway, so I'm going to try to think about the positive. I'm going to try to think about the fact that, number one, that I have a little vacation of my own here coming up, because starting tomorrow, because I get the house myself, which means I get to cook what I want. I get to go out and eat what I want without feeling like, you need to be, why aren't you eating carrots? Why aren't you eating cottage cheese? Blah, 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 blah. Why are you eating that burger? You know, and stuff. And so, and I got stuff that I can eat, pretty much healthy stuff. And I've even got some ground turkey that I could make something out of. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But, so, basically, yeah, that's all. I just kind of wanted to rant a little bit. Just kind of wanted to let some stuff off of my chest and be kind of like, you guys get it. I'm sure you guys, I'm sure there's stuff that you guys probably see or deal with on the deal with it. You kind of go, why the heck, So anyway, tomorrow should be a fairly busy day because we got church in the morning. Well, I gotta see my parents off about 9 o'clock. Got church in the morning, and then I've got starting phase 3 of the Ultimate Journey class, which I gotta finish up my homework tonight before I go to bed. And then later on at 6:30 we have I have a small group. And so tomorrow's going to be pretty busy. But then Monday I have the day off, um yeah, so that'll be good. And we'll, hopefully be able to Skype with Keith and you know, hang out with him a little bit and do some writing and stuff. And so yeah, and hopefully, once mom and dad get back from their trip, and they'll be able to say, yes, we are moving to Florida, or yes, we are gonna start, looking at other houses here, here in the Urbandale. And so either way, it'll be good, and then that way I can move on from there and start looking for another job. And either way, and and then I can leave Best Buy behind. And yeah, so anyway, thanks you guys for letting me talk and listening and all that. And if you want to leave a comment, go for it. Feel free to. Promise I'll read all of. Promise I'll read them, and do my best to reply to as many as I can. And if not, that's okay. Don't worry about it. And I will see you guys later. Good night.